Okay, so I must admit I've never actually tried hammock camping. I've always used a tent. I thought I'd have a go at something and see what all the fuss was about. I didn't want to spend a lot of money if I'm not into it. And you can spend quite a lot of this sort of money on DD hammocks and tarps and stuff like this, but I've done this on the cheap. Anyway, let's have a look what we've got. First thing I've got there is an Amazonas silk traveller hammock, which I bought off eBay, and I think I paid about £10 for it. It does seem to work okay. We've used it in the garden with the kids and stuff like that to play with. That's why I bought it in the first place. But you can also buy these from China for about £10. The next thing I've got, I went to the pound shop. I bought a couple of bungees for £1, and I also bought a couple of ratchet straps for £1 as well. Again on eBay from China, I bought 50 foot of paracord for £1.75, which was pretty cheap. It took a long time to arrive, but there you go. Now the tarp, I didn't want to go and spend £40, so what I've done is I bought this thing, as it says, economy polyethylene cover. Now it's 2.7 by 3.5 metres, which I think should be enough. It's not fantastic quality material, as it wouldn't be for the £6.50 I paid for it, but it's certainly going to keep the water off, that's for sure. And the other thing it's going to do is leave me in a state of mind where if a spark catches it or something, I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's basically disposable at that price, I think, isn't it? The final thing that I've been doing here, I've got an old inner tube out of my wheelbarrow, and I've cut some of this stuff up. Now what I've done here is I've made some rings out of a bit of it that wasn't perished, and with these rings I've put them on the tarpaulin here, you see. Now what I've done with it, the way I've wrapped it like this, it'll serve two purposes hopefully. I know from experience the grommets tend to pull out of these things quite easily, and hopefully it'll stop that happening because of the way it wraps around it. The second thing it should do is if the wind picks up, this thing shouldn't tear, hopefully, because we've got that little sort of bungee effect on the rubber there. So let's see how we get on with this anyway. Right, so what we have got is a fairly nice day. I've got a reasonable hook there. I don't know if you can see it too well because of the way the sun's shining at us, but I've got a hook in the garage there. And we've got a tree there which I think should hold it up. Hopefully we've got enough distance between us to do the job. Let's see how we go. Right, well that's the hammock up. First thing worth mentioning is the ratchet straps. The cheap ones aren't worth anything at all, to be honest. There's far too much stretch in them. I'm not sure how well those hooks are going to hold up. And it also has to be said that the ratchet mechanism itself fell apart as soon as I tried to use it. But we've gone for traditional knotted string this end anyway. So there we go. Right, well the idea is definitely there. I've used some bungees there to run across to the far side there. Pulled that fairly tight. I definitely need to put some more guys in the middle here because we've got this nasty sag going on. I think if we pull that across, things will be a lot better. As you can see, I've run out of space here, really. I couldn't get it right in that corner. I haven't got enough room down there either to pull it across properly. But you can see inside there, it looks fairly cosy. I don't think we get wet, to be honest. I might need to look at water running down that bungee there. I think that could probably run down and drip it onside us. What I've done here, to save a bit more money, I've used my paracord. On my piece of rubber there, I've got a bit of hardwood, and I've just drilled a couple of holes in it to make a tensioner. And using a bit of 4mm steel, I've just knocked up some 10 pegs there. So cost for that lot virtually zero. So I think we need to make up some more guys for the middle of there anyway. Okay, we've got a more satisfactory arrangement I think here now. I've rigged it so it's asymmetrical. I've still got a problem up in that corner because there's simply not enough room to stretch things out properly. And what I've done here, because it's now asymmetric, I can use this grommet there, which I've now got the bungee running underneath and then back on itself. So that keeps the thing taut at the top, which works a lot better. I've put another guy in the middle, which works quite well. I don't know if you knew that plywood makes absolutely fantastic tent pegs, but you do now. You've got no short grain for it to split. And then if we take you around to the back of this, you can see I've simply rigged it without the guys and straight down to the ground. I'll flip that piece up out of the way, I think. And if you have a look under there, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be fairly successful now. Okay, so I've put a few more rubbers on each of the loops there. And if we take it inside, we can get in there and see how we get on. Well, I would have said that given the cost, which I reckon is under £20, that would be quite a functional setup. Like I said, I've never slept in a hammock before, and my first reaction is I don't like that swaying. To me that equals motion sickness, but anyway, just need to wait for it to rain now, see how we get on. Okay, further update on this. Do not touch these cheap orange things. As you can see, that one's broken. For some reason it took my 13 stone, but when my lad who weighs about 9 stone got in it afterwards, it finally let go and he landed on his bum. So as far as the cheap webbing is concerned, forget it. Leave